This is like my childhood in a video. This is crazy. Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet vegan because I'm Viet and I'm vegan, and today I'm going to share with you my favorite Vietnamese snacks. Now this does not include all of my favorite ones, but these are the ones that I found when I went to the Vietnamese/Chinese grocery store that is in the Mississauga Chinatown. This is called Gia Ba Mao, and it's called, Gia is like dessert. Dessert with 3 colors is the direct translation. So here we have agar jelly, coconut milk, there's like a yellow paste on top, and then sweet beans in like a syrup, and there's shaved ice on top, which kind of melted on the way home, and coconut milk. There's like different kinds of beans. So there's like kidney beans and cannellini beans, I think. Basically, there's this shaved ice on top. Oh my god, it's so good. With coconut milk, and then there's the beans and stuff on top, and then you just kind of take it and then you mix it all up. Vietnamese desserts are all about like funky textures. So the green is pandan, which is like a very common Asian flavor. It comes from a leaf and it has kind of like a very mellow leafy flavor. Yum, it's so good. So this is mung bean paste, which is basically mung beans cooked with sugar until it reaches this paste kind of texture. A lot of Vietnamese desserts are naturally vegan because you don't really have a lot of dairy milk. It's usually coconut milk. You take a little bit of everything. Some ice, some bean, some jelly. There's no really graceful way to eat this. You take some of this and then you eat it. The next sort of like fresh dessert is this silken tofu. Now this is basically really soft tofu, and it's like almost like custard. It's the same texture, and you serve it with a ginger sugar syrup, or you can use a pandan sugar syrup, or my mom would make it with just a regular sugar syrup. And you serve it sort of warm. So when I was little, I would visit my grandparents in Vietnam, and there would be vendors with like kind of like a yoke and 2 buckets. Like the buckets would be tofu, and then part of the bucket would be the sugar syrup on top. So you'd have these vendors going up and down the alleys or like the streets of the Vietnamese like home neighborhoods or whatever, and then you bring like a little bowl, not like this, it's just easier to show you guys what's in the bowl when it's glass. But you have like these little bowls, and he spoons out the tofu, puts in the sugar, and like you just eat it fresh, and it's hot, and it's so good. And this kind of brings me back to like those memories of when I was first visiting my grandparents in Vietnam and kind of seeing like, you know, this culture that my mom had like sort of told me about or like kind of indoctrinated me in, but I just didn't really experience it in Canada because it's not the same. I can also make a recipe for this at some point if you guys want. I don't know if you guys are interested in this kind of thing, but it's just like, it's like a custard. It's so good, and with the ginger syrup. The thing is with these desserts, even though they are full of sugar, this is made out of tofu, which is like protein. Granted, not that much protein, but this is like sweetened beans and coconut milk and sugar, so I'm okay with it. Asian desserts, man, they serve a function because like with beans, there's lots of fiber, so it kind of like keeps things kind of moving along, especially after a big meal. Whereas like a piece of cake or, you know, a cookie doesn't serve the same function. I know that in Italian culture, there's these like bran cookies that like you have with coffee, and it's basically just to move things along, you know? So let's move on to some other snacks that I have. We have this snack here. It's called sweet sesame cake. It's not a cake at all, it's more like a gummy candy. It's like a chewy candy with peanuts and sesame seeds. Oh my god, this is so good. This reminds me of like hanging out, again, in Vietnam and getting like fresh candies from the vendors. Oh my god, it was so good. Classic Vietnamese candies, individually wrapped, and then you just take a bite. Oh my god, it's so good. Vietnamese candy is the best. The best ones that I've ever tasted were from where my dad is from. Hue, which is like middle of Vietnam. He lived in like a really teeny tiny village. Like they didn't even have an address. I'm gonna need to put this down because I'm gonna go on a sugar high. Another favorite of mine is these Jackfruit Chips. Like this is like what I would eat on the car rides home whenever our entire family would go on grocery trips to Toronto. On the car ride back, we would have like a bunch of like car snacks. These are just like dried jackfruit chips. This is what it looks like, and it's, if you guys have ever had juicy fruit before, jackfruit is what juicy fruit is based off of. So good. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to this, but it's been a long time. But yeah, this is jackfruit. In Vietnamese, it's mít. It's kind of like meat, but mít. I don't know how to... Vietnamese sounds are really hard to explain in English. I'm definitely allergic. I feel it. I feel the itchiness in my mouth. Okay, I can't eat those, but those are super delicious. So these are another one of my favorites. It's so hard to see. It is preserved tamarind. It's like kind of sour and tangy and chewy and sweet at the same time. And the one that I got has chili in it, so it's also kind of spicy. And this is like not just a Vietnamese thing. When I was shopping for these, I went with my friend Joanna, which you guys might have seen in my other video. Joanna is Filipino, and they have this a lot in Filipino culture too. Oh yeah, it's like a little treasure chest of delicious. I don't know if these ones have the pits in them. The little tamarind chunks covered in sugar and chili. These ones don't have the pit in them. Spicy, salty, sweet, sour. The ones that are like fresh from Vietnam are way better. They're like gooier and chewier. So the last thing, but not least, is lychee jelly. Now, all of these are actually vegan. Double check the ingredients, but they're typically vegan because they're made with seaweed extract. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Look at it. So this is like a little jelly. This is lychee flavored. It's not lychee, it's lychee. And basically you open it. Oh! It got in my eye. And I spilled it all over me. I haven't had these in a really long time, so that's why I'm no longer as good at eating them as I used to. The thing is, you suck out the juice and then you open it up. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like little teeny tiny cubes of lychee fruit. This is like my childhood. It's like little jellies. This is like Asian jello. There you have it. These are like some of my childhood Vietnamese snacks. I know that a lot of these are very common in other Asian cultures. So if you also ate these as a kid, please share what your favorite ones are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this like watching me just eat a bunch of vegan Vietnamese candies. I hope you guys try out some of these if you want to in the future. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a delicious day. Bye!